Hi, I'm Dr. Druv and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a channel not on medicine, but all the other aspects needed to live our medicine dream lives. Today, we're going to be talking about burnout. So what is burnout? According to the dictionary, burnout is a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. It can manifest in a variety of ways, including feelings of cynicism and detachment, decreased productivity, and a lack of personal accomplishment. I think that as healthcare professionals, sometimes we can relate with the elements of burnout, and it leads to a sense of apathy. We just don't care about what's going around us, but we are so primed to do the tasks in medicine that we just keep doing it. It starts with being irritated against your family and then eventually spreads to your patients. You start looking at the one thing that you can control, which is money. Now, why is burnout important? Well, there is an article by the Canadian Medical Association called the National Physician Health Survey that lists various reasons as shown here on the reasons for physician burnout. Obviously, the top of the list is increased workload and lack of work-life integration. But you can also see that as you go through the reasons there, that financial insecurity is also listed on there. There are a number of factors that contribute to physician burnout in Canada, including long working hours, heavy workloads, lack of control over work processes, in addition to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has exacerbated all of these factors. It has increased burnout rates as many physicians had to deal with increased patient demands and a lack of resources. Physician burnout is important because it can have serious consequences for both the individual physician and the healthcare system as a whole. It can lead to decreased patient satisfaction, increased medical errors, and an overall decline in the quality of healthcare. It is said that this is the first generation in human history where the life expectancy may be lower than the previous generation. Now, there are various other reasons for that as well, but maybe this is one contributing factor. It can lead to negative personal consequences for physicians, such as depression, substance abuse, and even suicide. So how do we address this issue of burnout? Well, after reading this article or reading this report by the National Physician Health Survey, I, as talked about in the previous episodes, had to do a lot of self-reflection. The reasons I became a doctor, my own personal mission statements, as well as I've talked about before, this concept of fuse, where our food, our finances, our utilities, our shelter, and education are concepts that are not taught to us by the university, by the medical school, by our parents, for whatever it may be. It's not necessarily a negative. They were busy. The parents were busy taking care of us. Medical school was busy making you a good doctor. It's not necessarily in their mandate to teach you these things. But however, these are concepts that are probably going to be important for any adult, especially young parents. And so there's two ways to fight physician burnout. One is at the system level, and so it's important for healthcare organizations to implement strategies to support the well-being of their physicians, such as reducing workload, improving work-life balance, and providing access to mental health resources. And on the personal level, it's important for physicians to know what your priorities are, what are your values, and to know when to seek help and to find out when negative emotions and negative thoughts are taking over your mind. It is, we get into this profession to help patients, and so it's not ideal that we lose our sense of empathy to help patients and we just basically do a routine task, get up in the morning, do our rounds, see patients, get paid, go home, make supper, and so on. Well, On that note, I could probably talk about this for hours on end, but that's 5 minutes on this topic of burnout. Hopefully this is of tremendous value to you in a world filled with a lot of information. A few action items. If you're interested in taking back control of your time and money and living a medicine life, check out my Physician Financial Literacy course, link in the description below. I have a mission to help 10,000 physicians fight burnout, and this is the start of that journey. Join my free Facebook group where I'm building a community of like-minded physicians, and I'll post some free resources on there. There's a lot of resources available there. I have probably spent tens of thousands of dollars on trying to figure out this particular aspect of my life. And on that note, thank you for listening.